Preptober week 3 down. Okay, so biggest thing from this week, we finally have a government. I also drew the city. It looks really bad. I don't know if I want to share it, but I drew the city and I've like figured out like where the little different areas were. Excuse you, ma'am. And also I had plans for the river to like curve through the city like that, but when I started drawing it, I drew it going straight down the middle for some reason. And I got through like half the picture before I realized like, oh, this doesn't work. What am I doing? Map making, just not one of my big talents, you know? Also, I was slightly disappointed that the screen recording like cut out a huge chunk in the middle. So when I watch the recording, I see the river straight up, and then all of a sudden it's like, because it cut out me erasing all of that and drawing a new line to the city. But yeah, those are the main goals. Get the city worked out, get the government worked out, and then like culture and attitudes I had put on the calendar, but then when I sat there I was like, you know, I already kind of have this. Why is this a day? So I spent that day plotting some more. Now see, my last week here I got tidy up and chill. I think it's gonna be more like tidy up and freak out. So you know, it is what it is. Right now I'm on plotter organizing, which hopefully I will get to today. Lately, I've been just like falling asleep when I sat in my chair. Like 3 days in a row, I've sat down and then passed out. She loves it though because she gets a free warm pillow. Yes, you do. But not good for productivity. In any case, the only thing left to do for Preptober is to finish his beat sheet and mess around with Artbreeder, you know, and get some faces. So yeah, I'm not going to do another Preptober video. I was already planning on doing a writing tag next week because I got tagged a couple weeks ago. I need to do that. In reading news, I've been reading Red, White, and Royal Blue. Now, I started reading the Japanese version. If you've ever read that, then you know that Casey like starts going for the throat very quickly, right? And I noticed that in the Japanese that like Alex, the main character, was starting to say like, you know, snarky things like, oh, he's just a generic British guy like all the other generic British guys, you know? And I was like, I wonder what he said in the original English. So I got myself a copy of the English Red, White, and Royal Blue, okay? And holy God, it is so much worse in the English. They toned it down for the Japanese. They're like, let's make this nicer. What are some examples, man? What's an example? What's a YouTube friendly example? How about that? Oh man, it's hard to think of examples now. I was going through it. I was flipping back and forth. Like the prince, they make him seem more even, like more even toned. One thing when he was like kanben shikure, like it's very kind of like, oh yeah, please stop. But in the English version, it's like, can you not? It was a totally different tone. There was one thing where he was like, I'd rather be waterboarded. Your country can arrange that, right? In the English version, and then in the Japanese version, it was like, I'd rather be waterboarded. It's the same thing. Seems like something your country would do. Like, kinda not. Like, it's still a jab, but like, I feel like it lacks a little punch, you know? And then the nickname that Alex has for the prince is like, what was it? Dickhead Prince in English. And in Japanese, it's like omanuke, which is like, not? Okay, let's say omanuke is like here, dickhead is up here. It's like a whole different thing. You know, it's just, the Japanese version seems kind of like muted. And I must admit that I have switched off the Japanese version. I'm reading just the English one. And I am dying. I'm absolutely dying reading this book. Japanese version still has the better cover though. It definitely still has the better cover. But anyway, that was just a quick aside. I'm like not even halfway through that book. And it's getting to the part where it's like all sex, which is like, whatever. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna get caught soon, so maybe it'll be interesting again. Say goodbye, Kalani. We are going to work on this freaking beat sheet. Oh man, I don't even want to say how far I've gotten because it's not that far, and it's really gonna be a freak out week next week. But it's not the 0 hour yet, so you know, I'm holding out hope that I'll just get through it. So anyway, I'll see you next week with a not Preptober video, and hope you do good on your work. Bye bye.